Okay, so you wanted to explain?
Yep.
Yes.
Right. We've got the power coming in from the mains. I've got to think myself now. It's been so long time that I've explained this. Comes and it puts the power onto a bus. So see this as the bus going around, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So the AC goes onto that. Normally this acts as, you'll see it's probably in float now. This unit is the control unit that puts the whole thing together. I'll show you on the drawing there. Charges the batteries when it needs to be charged, and it supplies power back into the grid when it needs to supply power back into the grid.
When the batteries are full.
Well, when the power goes off. So, or you can set it. I can actually generate, you can set the unit that you can actually generate power into the grid. You can tell it how much you want to generate. You can do up to 4 kilowatt. So I can generate up to 4 kilowatt in peak times, for instance. That was the purpose of this.
The turbine is what? It's 1 kilowatt, and then the panels are 3.
So also 1 kilowatt.
Oh, 1. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the panels can't charge this. Well, can charge it, but I mean the capacity is lower than what this unit is. This is a 4 kilowatt unit.
Okay.
Right. So if we look on this diagram here, it's not exactly like this, but more or less. So the power comes in. It gets split to the feed-in meter, which is the main municipal meter outside in the door you came in, and this feed-in meter is this one here. Okay, so that actually records the power going in. It's a 3-phase meter that they've just used the 2 phases to measure the wind, and so they can measure it separately.
Okay.
It gets logged onto the municipal data website. So the website you can actually see how much the power is generating. Right, so under normal conditions, power gets generated, power comes in through a series of switches and supplies the load. There, so there's the load. Supplies the load. This renewable, the 2 renewables, only shows one here, feeds back into the grid. Obviously, if that's normally open, so because you want to send the power through the meter, so that's normally open. So you send the power through the meter, and then obviously it either comes back through the meter back again, or out into the grid, depending how much load, and obviously on the actual load flow resistances and what have you. Where does the actual? So it's just a balance of energy.
So you do feed the power back to the grid.
Yes.
I mean, back to the ESCOM grid.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So if my load is off, I'll show you just now. I'll switch it off. If I switch this off, what happens immediately? Sorry. If I switch the
grid power.
the grid off, if I trip the power, what then happens immediately? This acts like a UPS and powers up the house immediately. You don't even see. I'll show you just now. You don't even see it flicker. So that will then supply the house plus whatever energy is coming from. It's all on the same grid. Okay. So this will make up the difference from the batteries.
Okay.
If the power goes back on again within a minute or so, it will do necessary switching, synchronize back onto the grid, and synchronize and connect, and then we're back onto the grid. Under normal, as I say, under normal conditions, if there's power being generated here, it goes in and it synchronizes. These 2 units synchronize automatically. So these are the control units, the windy boy. You will see at the moment we generate 2.33 kilowatt hours so far today. At the moment we're generating 250 watt. Okay, and similarly on that one I'll show you if there's any energy still being generated from the solar panels. So these 2 synchronize to the grid. So the grid here, they synchronize to the grid and to that unit. They're all synchronized together. If the grid falls away, they then take over, and they will keep the frequency going at 50 Hz. The grid comes on. This unit, I'll go and switch it off now. You'll hear them click out, switch, and then when I put the power back on, you'll hear the relays clicking when they synchronize.
So why do you need a generator?
That is for That I bought the day before Eskom announced they're not going to generate, they're not going to load shed anymore. As this is so, the standing is, I've actually used it once. We had a power interruption for a day. The power went off at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
So that was before you put the system on?
No, the system was in. So this is about a year ago. The power went off, so the system took over. I can generate, this will give you up, about 25 kilowatt hours.
Okay.
Up down to 50% of the capacity of the batteries. I don't want to go lower than 50%.
And what normally, how much capacity do you need?
For hours, probably depending time of the year, but this will give me easily a day.
Okay.
A day. So what happened the next morning at 9 o'clock? I said, well, now I want to test it, because you can actually set this unit. This is a 5 kVA unit. You can actually tell it how much power it must draw. It automatically draws power that whatever you set on the computer from the thing. So you just start it up, you plug it in, it automatically synchronise with it and draw the amount of power that you want. And it ran for about an hour until the power came back on. So for the last 2 years I only use it for an hour.
So the electricity that you feed back to the grid, Eskom pays you for that?
No, look, at the moment there's no tariff for it. It's not Eskom, it's municipal, right? So it's a metro.
The metro.
So the metro is good. No, at the moment this is just for interest. So there's no payments yet because there's no tariff.
Okay.
There's no approval for that.
Do you
But
reverse
it
the
is
meter or not? Not even?
It does.
Yeah.
Oh, it reverses the meter?
Yes, yes.
Oh, at least.
Theoretically,
Theoretically,
I mean,
You're supposed to offset your consumption.
yeah. Maybe during the middle of the day when the sun's shining and the wind's blowing, I'm getting 1.5 kilowatt of load, and there's nothing on in the house. Then theoretically, it could turn the meter backwards.
So you don't know if it
Normally,
really does?
I use it. So
Oh,
it'll
okay.
just slow down the meter. Right?
Okay.
It won't really reverse it.
Okay.
But you can tell from your bill.
Yeah, you should be able to. I'm saving between 150 and 200 to 250, depending on the time of the year, kilowatt hours a month
Okay.
from the system. Anything between maybe 1 kilowatt hour if it's a cloudy day without wind. I think the most I've had is about 14 kilowatt hours from both together on a windy, sunny day. Right, this here is the the braking system for the wind turbine.
Okay.
Because if something goes wrong and the wind turbine there's no load, then the voltage would tend to go up. So there's a lot of
Electronics.
thyristors in here. You'll hear when you actually do that, you'll hear these fans come on because there's obviously a lot of heat being generated. You can also break the fan. You can break it here as well, the turbine. It's not very effective because of the long cable. You can actually, the best is to, if you want to break it, right at the pole of the generator, you can actually switch.
What voltage does the wind?
It's 110 volt. I think.
110, eh?
Yeah, these are 110 volt units.
Okay.
They're both 110 volt.
Okay.
Okay. And then everything is you can set all the settings and control from inside on a computer. Yeah, so I've got a map here connecting through to there.
And how much does this cost? The whole system?
Money.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The Windy Boy system with a turbine, and just by coincidence they worked out to about the same 50,000 rand.
Okay.
So for the turbine plus the controller, and they're both about 50,000. Were obviously since then solar panels have come down, so we're probably closer to 40,000 now.
Okay.
I don't know about the windy, if the turbine prices have come down as well. I doubt it.
I mean, this, you point out it's top of the range. I guess it still is top of the range.
Yes.
It's pretty much as good as it gets worldwide.
They theoretically, well, okay, things change so quickly, but theoretically 2 years ago, the wind turbines should have been cheaper than solar. But I think these Kestrel wind turbines are not the most economical on the market. You probably could get something from overseas cheaper. But they got the tender, so that's what I think. The battery system, that, I can't remember, it's in my report. It was about 55,000 rand. Well, that includes that unit because if you don't have the batteries, you actually don't need that and that. You could just have this could do it all itself automatically. This is just a switching box for that control. So you don't really need it. But once when you've got it, then you've got to connect it all together because this then sort of takes over as the master controller then.
Like the brain.
And then here what we do, we've got a bus, communications bus that plugs into these 3 units. And then this transmits it onto the internet so you can see what's happening on my website.
I always do that since Kevin sent me the link.
Okay.
Every time I'm bored in my office, I'm like, how much power are they producing in here?
I haven't looked myself for a while. That's the beauty of this good equipment. I mean, as I say, I hardly ever, there's no need for me to go inside. If I want to check something, I check it inside on the computer.
So this was a pilot project?
Yes.
Okay. So the idea was to install it at somebody's house, this
right.
being your house.
Yeah.
Who paid for it
The
then?
municipality.
Okay.
It's theirs.
Okay.
I just had to build the building, do all the cabling, and do some rewiring in my house, put a new switchboard in my house, things like that. So that was my contribution to the exercise. And it's nice because the nice feature is when the power goes off, I've got standby.
But it's not like they'll take it off anyway. So when the project works, when they think the project's successful, it's not like they're going to take it off, are they?
I don't know. We haven't got, fortunately, well, actually it's 2 years up now, but they haven't said anything, so we'll just carry on.
How long is it supposed to go on for?
Well, it's 2 years.
Okay.
Signed up for 2 years.
Okay.
They want to change, they want to come and test some other equipment. They want to test heat pump. What do you call it? Not heat pump.
Yes, heat converter.
Yeah, as well and so on.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, yes, sir.
Well, to sell if you want to buy.
My brother-in-law.
Ja, ek het die Land Rover net nie gelos.
Okay. Is Wendy om jou te vat? Wendy, kom aan.
Ja, sy kom
Okay.
terug.
All right. Okay, any questions? I'll tell you what, you guys stay here, I'm going to switch off the mains.
Okay.
Then you can see what happens. What will happen
It might
is,
explode.
what will happen is, if I can remember correctly, these units will disconnect immediately.
Okay.
It's just a protection, it's a German standard. If you lose power, everything trips up. But this unit will stay on.
Okay.
So this will continue to give power if we switch. I'm not sure whether this...
Gets into an island situation.
I'm not sure whether this building is on the emergency. What do I actually split the house up? So the outbuildings are not on the thing. My geezer's not on it, and the stove. So it's only lights and plugs. But I think this room is on it as well. You shouldn't even see a flicker when I switch it off.
We'll just hear the relay switches.
Very smooth.
It's more than smooth. So why this house?
Because he's the main consultant for the municipality for electrical engineering. So it was very useful to have a person like him who's very knowledgeable and who could do the whole monitoring. He's already got a weather station here, so he could link up the weather station with the production. So it just made a lot of sense. Now, I mean, it's not in an ideal location for wind. You can see where it is.
Yeah.
Very suboptimal, but it was made to be, you know, any kind of house, so that you could adapt it on
Okay,
other
that's the
houses.
start.
Yeah.
Okay, what will happen now? You'll see they're busy synchronizing. So they're actually synchronizing to that unit now.
Okay.
Takes a while. This thing hasn't started.
Yeah, it did.
Did
The
the
fans,
fan come up?
yeah, slightly, but it will. I think the wind went down just
Okay.
before. So.
It's on, it's generating 15, 14 watt again. Now when I switch off, obviously it'll happen, it'll switch off again and then reconnect. Will I switch back on now?
Kevin is going out during the other community meeting, but next week it's Kevin. So I suggest that you guys meet Monday morning or one day at 10 o'clock or something and go together in some cup. Okay. Can you make it to Bishop? Can you make it to Bishop? Can you make it to Bishop? I don't know, right? Because it's stupid to go to Kuka. So no pollution, no money at all. It's not that shitty.
Oh, so they stayed on?
Yeah.
So it obviously, that synchronizes through there. Did you hear the reload going?
No.
Contact.
Nothing.
Not now. It did earlier, but not now.
Maybe it's still busy.
Just connected.
No, reconnecting or
I guess Kevin will brief you, so it's fine.
strange.
Alright.
Could you see any flick in the light when I switch off?
No, nothing.
Either that it's very smooth or it's something.
Very smooth. The only place I notice it, I hear my UPS on my computer make a beam.
Okay.
That's all that,
Because
that,
that's
I, that I realize that
sensitive unit.
it's very sensitive. So that's all you don't see it on any of the lights or the TV or any of the equipment.
Why? Why is it breaking the?
There you are.
Oh, okay, it's stopping it.
It's
now.
not stopped it.
Okay.
Now resync and resync.
Okay.
There you are.
Mm-hmm.
So what it does is now resyncing first to that unit, I think, and then these two units will resync.
Dale, have you ever had a look at J&J equipment for inverters in PE?
Down in Corson there.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
General
A guy
Motors.
called Jimmy Cat.
Yes, I went to see him. He actually showed, but they didn't tender, or I don't know why, but they didn't.
What
They look really interesting.
Yeah, because it
Look
must be a hell of a lot cheaper
Absolutely.
and it's local.
No. Yeah, so the wind blows harder, the fans turn.
Mm-hmm.
turn up. The only fault I've had is I've lost the power supply, so I'm just doing what I had. It's only
Which?
the power supply for that
Okay.
unit.
Okay.
It's the only problem I've ever had.
Is that the remote meter reading?
No, this is the router.
Okay.
It goes to onto my network inside the house.
Oh yeah, this is the meter.
Yeah. The meter's got its own. That's a GSM modem there.
Yeah.
So the meter works through that modem. Dials up once a day. 11 o'clock at night. Downloads. Okay, we're back on.
Great.
Interesting.